The only fault that she has is that she stuck around too long or that she gave him too many chances. She never did one thing wrong. She never did one thing wrong. Her biggest mistake is, you know what? I need to bring myself to the front of the congregation because I should have never been with him in the first place. She didn't disrespect him. She didn't cheat. She didn't do nothing. She didn't weaponize the kids against him. She didn't emasculate him. She didn't get out of pocket. She didn't put him in a desperate situation. She didn't leave at the first sign of trouble. She didn't tell none of his business to their friends, none of that shit. It's all his fault. When you run into people who the only reason why they're not with the person that they were before, and the person before that, 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 is the fact that it's something that they did wrong that then caused you to react to it. You filed for divorce, but he had already left. By the time I filed, he was already emotionally detached. He was already gone. If the only thing that they can hold themselves accountable for is that their perfection is the thing that drove them away, sound the alarm, red flag. And the reason why body count matters, is because it displays a level of, you can't unsee all of the people that you've been with before the person that you then get with. It was a woman, and I did a review video on, and she said that, wouldn't you want like a surgeon that got a lot of experience? No, ma'am, you like a used car. No, ma'am, you are a used car. You a lemon. And it's always going to be a simp out there that then gets finessed enough to be able to become a step baby daddy. You are a lemon. Nobody wants a 1993 Escort GT. It was cool when you pulled it off the lot, but after everybody else drove that shit, crashed it out, burnt the tires off, fucked up the axles, drove it with no oil in the tank, after everybody crashed it out, how many people are looking to buy a former rental car? It looked good on the outside, but it is a trash ass piece of shit on the inside, and they ran the miles up. When people get in rental cars, they drive it like they stole it. They don't give a fuck about the brakes. Transmission fluid is up and down. It's not even none in it. You don't even know how to check for the transmission fluid. You check for the transmission fluid when the engine is on. She don't even know what that means. The metaphor just went right over your fucking head. You check the transmission fluid once you turn the engine. Once it warms up, that's when you check the transmission fluid. She don't even know what that means. When you check the oil in that car, right? You can't go by it sitting idle and then you just dip the dick stick in. The oil ain't even warm. It ain't even hot, right? They pour water in the transmission. So when it get cold outside, you're going to crack the fucking engine block. They got water as transmission fluid. It's going to get cold outside. It's overheating. Your car is overheating. You don't even know it yet because she just sitting there idle. She chilling. She ain't had the opportunity to open up her mouth yet. You ain't had your chance to get her hands dirty. You ain't seen her under duress yet. Her past relationships, she can't unsee them. She's trauma bonding. She's coming in for a savior. She's becoming interdependent on you in order for her to feel better about herself, which is a red flag. She is not whole. The same way that she's not whole financially when she comes into the relationship and she got debt, she's coming into it with debt from past relationships, and she is not whole. Her past relationships, which is one of the reasons why when she got out of her last relationship, she then went and slutted it out, right? Because she wanted to get over this guy, and so she gave everybody whatever it was that was good about her, and she gonna give you whatever is left about her. And you supposed to come and pick up the pieces. Not only are you supposed to pick up the pieces, yo, I got women that's getting mad at me that's saying that, Anton, you not saying what we want to hear in order for us to be able to get into a future relationship. I told you what the solution is. What's the solution? You shouldn't be dating while you under duress. Go and fix your finances. Go and put your kid in the hands of their father and spend more time building a relationship so that they'll know and they'll get at least halfway of a decent understanding of what a family is supposed to look like, so they're not out here fucking up the community also. You need to be spending more time with your baby daddy, putting your child in a great position instead of trying to figure out what makes you happy. It's not about you anymore. It's not about you anymore. It's now about the child. It's not about somebody else stepping in and filling the role of a man. You're supposed to be building with the man that you had the child with in the first place. They need their father, not a stepfather. They will never respect him. They're not even interested in him. They have no respect, no regard, not even a little bit. It is not about building with another man in order for him to step into a role. It's about you finding the man that you have children with in the first place. And if you can't figure it out for yourself, then have somebody else help you. Go and get a coaching call. But the fact of the matter is, it's not about trying to be happy. It's about making a sacrifice for those that you then or that are then depending on you. Her past relationships. That's why body count matters. That's why how many people bust her down matters. It's spirits that transfer from person to person. Once you then get into a relationship with somebody and they open up their legs to you. Where her mouth been? What that mouth do? Don't you want me to be trained and well put together before I get to you so I can suck you off? Yeah, if you're a bust down, it body count don't matter because I don't give a fuck about you. I'm not trying to check to see where you at in the morning anyway. If you a bust down, then it don't matter. But if you're trying to get in a relationship, these are red flags that you need to look for. Stop trying to make bust downs housewives. It's a difference. What's the next one? Her friends. If she the only one and she trying to sell you, because let's be honest, women are salespeople. They're selling you on why it is that you need to be in a relationship in the first place, and then they shame you if you decide that you shouldn't be with them. I'm about to open up the chat. Give me a second. Women are salespeople. The fourth red flag is her friends. Her friends, her friend group. If you think that she is the only person in her friend group, let me back up. Let me give you the first three. Whether or not she can take care of herself and whether or not she has an egregious amount of debt is the first red flag. All right. Second red flag, her mouth. Third red flag, past relationships. That's why body count matters. Fourth red flag, her friend group. Her friend group. If you think that she is the only good one and you see that all of her friends is for the streets, you are who you surround yourself with. If all of her friends are for the streets, what you think she is? Oh, no. She's just the one that's trying to save them. How did they come together in the first place? Why is all of her friends jumping from man to man? Why do you know all of her friends' business? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Think about it. If she's willing to come in and tell you all of her friends' business, what do you think that she's doing to you to them? If her friends, right, you know all of the men that her friends slept with, she's out here over communicating and then she's telling you like, man, I would never tell my friends anything, but she telling you everything that her friends is doing. You think that she's then respecting you and then keeping it on the low and not telling you every fucking thing that's going on in your household?